In this selection of What the Flash Fridays, I'm going to share an image from capture to final output. And we're looking at the wedding of Lauren and Pat. And this was during a little photo walk we did right after their first look. And this happens to be at the Palmer House Hotel in Chicago, which has this very neat winding staircase that leads up to a classic bar lounge, Potter's Lounge in the hotel. So let's start off here. Here is the image straight out of camera. And we'll move the lighting diagram over so we can take a look at that. Again, here's the image, and we'll just talk about it. We had a romantic moment on the stairs. This is very mixed light, so I was shooting in auto white balance. We had some daylight coming in. We had an incandescent light bulb which falls into tungsten over here, and it's just a really mixed bag of light, kind of dirty light I call it. So we shot in auto white balance. We had just come inside from being outside doing shoots, so we were about to go up the stairs. I'm like, wait a second, let's get this really cool romantic moment. I love the leading lines going up the stairs. So we put a 600 EXRT right behind Pat and Lauren, and then I used a rogue grid on it right here, a 25-degree grid, to really focus that beam of light in on them and not light up the stairs too much with the spread, but to just really concentrate that light and make her veil glow, give us that classic rim light look. I also had one off-camera 600 EXRT over to the side just as a bounce fill. Now these are in two separate groups. This is my A light, this is my B light, here's our incandescent overhead. Now by doing that, my B light was the main light. The A light was just a fill in ETTL, just so we could see who they are in their face. So here we go. We'll zoom in, take a look at that. Really nice rim light. And this is the exposure straight out of camera. So we're using an EOS 1DX 24-70 2.8 version 2 lens at 38 millimeters, ISO 400, aperture 4.5, 1/160th of a second. And again, the reason for that, it was because the incandescent light bulb was very bright that was overhead, and we had some window light coming in which I wanted to minimize. I was in auto white balance. As I explained, we were in kind of a dirty mixed light situation, so I really didn't want to filter it for tungsten because the little bit of daylight coming in would have given me a blue cast. Also, I'm in manual exposure mode on camera, but ETTL mode on the speed light. So here's our overall image again, and let's just quickly take a look at that histogram. And as you can see, we have good information left to right. That's our luminance, the exposure. We do have a lot of red in the red channel, which is true. It's indicative of the red walls. But my other channels, the blue and green, are pretty much in alignment, so it's really decent color. No need to go any further. So let's evolve this image. We'll put away the histogram, and again, here's our lighting diagram. There you go. Here's my gridded speed light behind, the fill, the camera, incandescent light bulb, really quick and simple. So we send the image out. We use Photographer's Edit on our wedding day shoots to really get the images going and culled and get them uploaded. It gave us our life back. So I really believe in outsourcing when you're in your busy season, and Photographer's Edit has just done an amazing job. And you can find them online at photographersedit.com. So here's the image. Let's take a look at the adjustments. They know that I like to use aperture. So here's what they did. So here's the master file again, and then they just made a few tweaks. So went black and white, a little bit of bump of exposure, and we opened up the shadows just a touch with curves, and then we brought down some of the highlights a little bit, warmed up the black and white, added sharpening, and that's good to go. So that's the image as it came back to us. Now, I do my very best to get the image right in camera, but I could not do this without Dawn. Dawn is the art department. She takes these images and makes them sing. while this image is nice, there are some, flaws in here. These little wisps in her hair can be cleaned up. When you backlight something, you pick up all the atmospheric dust. So we have all these little speckles around here, a spot on the wall there. While I thought the mural on the wall was kind of cool, it's really distracting, and Potter's is kind of distracting. So here's what ended up being our final image. Now this is after Dawn has done her magic. Now to me, that's what I saw in my mind's eye. That's stunning. And this ended up being the cover of their book for Lauren and Pat. So we could take a look at both those images side by side, the final output and in camera, final output. Quite a bit of difference. So Dawn's really polished it up, really made this sing, took away those wisps, took away the spots, cleaned up the distracting text, even brought down those funky highlights on the stairs, which you could see right here, which is the spill from the speedlight. The speedlight is actually sitting right on the stair. I couldn't get a light stand on the stairs because it's an uneven surface. So she's taken the vision and just really made it sing. So that's why we're really a good team. So here is the final use of the images in the book. So here's a color version. Here's just a straight on tight shot that our second photographer, Ed Weiland, he was shooting with me. He was shooting long while I was shooting wide, and he only had one on-camera flash. And then here I ran up the stairs to just get a really different view. And again, here's that one off-camera bounce flash. We removed the speed light that was on the stairs because obviously I would be shooting into it. And notice Dawn even cleaned up the Potter's sign on the wall here and cleaned up the wall with that mural and the crack in the wall right here. Even things out. So this is the final spread in the book. And remember, if you like these lessons and the information that I'm sharing with you, please check out our full What the Flash Evolution of Light class at udemy.com. And we are currently running a special for 35% off, and that's if you use this WPPI code, and that is good until March 31st. So thanks again for joining me on this journey, and join us next week on What the Flash Fridays.